okay, has launched a product called BRICS Pay that could literally shake the dollar and change the way the global landscape is. Let's check out.
There is a really significant development. A new financial system, BRICS Pay, has been launched. This new financial settlement platform is going to change the volume of trade and the volume of financial transactions between the BRICS members. It will make it much easier for them, and as you know, those payments and those transactions will not be denominated in the US dollars.
So this further pushes the de-dollarization around the world as more countries become independent. We have the BRICS nations having their own payment system now called BRICS Pay, where they can buy products off each other using their own currency. This is incredible. Let's carry on watching over here.
The bloc's member countries are really focused on de-dollarizing, and the new system may just help them do that sooner rather than later. BRICS Pay is a blockchain-based system, meaning it operates on a distributed ledger. It is not a central bank digital.
Hear that? So that's them leveraging crypto technology as well. This is awesome, man. Flipping heck. BRICS is sounding like the future over here, and they're changing America. Let's carry on watching.
Currency, CBDC, or a cryptocurrency. It is designed as a digital service that does not have a single acceptable currency. Any of the members' currencies can be used. The main goal is to enable trade and to enable financial transactions between the BRICS countries by bypassing the United States dollar and reduce.
If you bypass the US dollar, you're lessening their power if you don't need their resources to exchange products and resources. Oh my goodness.
Reducing dependency on Western financial systems, for example, on SWIFT. There are countries.
You know, a couple of years ago, Theo, we know that SWIFT dropped Russia and other nations, okay? And a lot of countries were panicking. Yo, could they do that to us? Because every country uses SWIFT for transactions, payments. And if you're not part of that system, well, practically you're screwed. But now there's an alternative system here that BRICS are building that could and will challenge the SWIFT system, where countries don't have to fear about, hey, okay, if I get dropped on SWIFT, I can go on BRICS and work with their system as well. This is what we need.
That have been cut off from SWIFT, right? We know this very well. And so BRICS Pay will effectively replace SWIFT functionality while also giving the countries of the so-called Global South control over its availability. Nobody will be able to pull the rug from under their feet using sanctions. Think about the volume of transactions that
it kind of makes sanctions, powerless. This is awesome.
The dollar will no longer be involved in. Saudi oil shipments to China. China is the biggest oil importer in the world, and the Saudi Arabia agreed to settle transactions with China using the yuan. The bloc will now have an entirely separate financial settlement system.
This is insane. You know, BRICS is making headways to challenge the US hegemony. We know the US, the EU, Australia, they're all in it together with the US at the top of the chain. Okay, so basically the Western powers run the money system. They run the world effectively by the dollar. Okay, BRICS are making headway progression in creating their own system to challenge that hegemony, and they're succeeding with BRICS Pay. BRICS Pay is looking like it might revolutionize the game and empower poorer nations to actually see, hey, I don't need to use BRICS. I don't need to use, the dollar. I have BRICS that I can use as well. So what works best for me, my economy, my people? Theo, what's your thoughts here, bro?
This is a joke.
What?
As long as the yuan is not freely convertible on the market, this is a joke right here. The yuan is government controlled. The yuan cannot be converted as a currency in an international market. It's a controlled currency. So that would be the first thing that I would be looking at it. Outside of this is something that looks cute. That's it. That was the first thing I looked at when you were talking. I just went on there. I was like, do they allow the yuan to freely trade on the market? Nope. It's not convertible. Nope. This isn't going to work. Because ultimately what's going to happen is that you're going to get a certain amount of, you have balance of payments. You have government balance of payments. So let's say you have the Saudis sending money. It's like sending oil. And if they're not buying a certain amount of materials from China, then how is China going to be paying for that oil? So you say this BRICS pay. Well, if it's not freely convertible, then how is it converting the yuan to BRICS pay? That doesn't make sense. So then if you're saying, well, you're using crypto, that would still be a currency which is convertible. Because if you're using, let's say you're going yuan to Bitcoin, for example, well, Bitcoin can be converted to the dollar. So you have these huge balance of payments. The Bitcoin and the dollar is basically the same thing. It doesn't matter because it can be easily, the Bitcoin can go into dollar can go into Bitcoin in and of itself. It doesn't matter. So if you don't have that convertibility with the yuan to Bitcoin or some other another cryptocurrency, no, man. No. You don't have it being freely traded. So you're saying that it's getting hold on, I'm looking at Rel saying it's getting the yuan ready to be freely traded. I don't think so. China right now has a 300% ratio government GDP debt to actual debt. So actual GDP. That means, let's say, basically, China's government debt, is 3 times the size of its GDP. This is just a question of time before you have a collapse in the economy. So as long as you have this thing going on, you're not going to have any conversion of the yuan in the international market because the yuan will drop in value drastically overnight. The currency is currently overvalued. So I don't know how they're going to do this. This is a cute little thing. And then you have Russia right now spending over 35% of its GDP, of its budget on a war in Ukraine. These are good numbers for supporting an additional currency. What you have here is basically Putin trying to exempt himself from sanctions so that he can pay for Chinese-based goods in China, right? So you have a lot of war materials that China is making for Russia, but the Chinese banks can't accept rubles. So if they can't accept rubles, what are they supposed to do? So the Chinese banks can, if they decide that they're not going to work in the international market, then they can do something, but the international market is the most lucrative market for them. So they're not going to go ahead and do this. No, it can't happen. So this is why I say this is a joke right now. I don't see any market fundamentals at all that would actually work here. This is a cute little thing. It's not reality.
Let me share my screen over here and show you, the working product. I'm gonna push back that I disagree that I feel, because this is a big game changer in the whole geopolitical space. Okay, present share screen. Okay, over here. New BRICS countries: Saudi Arabia, UAE, Ethiopia, Egypt. I think that's Iran joining. Look at that, man. Here's a BRICS Pay website, GDP. It explains what it's doing, what it does. Achieving financial independence is paramount for nations seeking political, energy, food, technological, and other forms of sovereignty. I definitely agree with that. We're tired of the US running the show, okay? And those who control the money run the show. So you need to be independent. You need to work with other people, build your economy, and build your own system, right? With BRICS, ain't no one getting sanctioned and being hurt. Okay, you sanction me, America, I'm going to BRICS and I can trade on their platform, etc., etc. America should be scared because BRICS are making headway, man. They should be scared, bro.
No,
They're gonna be scared, brother.
no. This is lower than the EU, and the EU doesn't give a crap about this. They don't care. This is not a challenge to the euro. It's a zero. You got a bunch of empty land here, and you got, again, the amount of production which is being done, the amount of global value here is not really what you all guys think it is, particularly with China. China's economy is going to collapse within the next 2 years without that. It's just a question of time. Production is leaving China. It's going to other countries. They don't have the ability to pay the debts. They have some things they can do, but they're not really sustainable long term. So Brazil is fine, but I mean, it's not nearly it's not a global leader in terms of a reserve currency. It's not the way it's going on. No. So I think it's cute. And again, it has a nice little card. I'm looking at my PayPal card right now. I mean, this is one of my PayPal card, right? I don't go crazy over a PayPal card. It's no big deal. If they just have a card on there, it really, I say at the end, who cares? The economic fundamentals are not there to make a currency which will challenge even the EU. They're not challenging Germany or Switzerland.
Things will take time, Phil. Don't worry. Things will take time. Don't worry, Phil.
If the euro can't challenge the United States, we've had over 20 years of the euro. Still ain't doing it.
Don't worry, Phil. Time will tell. Okay.
These currencies couldn't challenge the British pound. I'm serious. Even your currency, it cannot challenge. It's not doing it. So I mean, it takes time. No, it takes deregulation. Deregulate the currencies, let it freely trade. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Just boom. Suddenly the Chinese economy just gets deflated. It's done.
Don't bet against the BRICS. I'm saying that for you, okay? So we'll check it.
I'm not voting with it. It has nothing there to do. It does not. No, man.
Don't worry,
even China has a better position. Sorry, Japan has a better position right now than the BRICS does.
We'll see. We'll see in the future. Okay, I disagree there, Phil, and obviously we're going to track this development very closely.